Hi everyone, this is Kay, and you're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel. It's wonderful to have you here with me, and I'm very happy to be here again for you guys today on Thursday, July 11th, 2024. We're going to do the collective reading, and I hope you're all doing well. So we're going to get started. I'm calling in Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit. Thank you so much for enveloping me and being here. Please envelop me in your beautiful wings of light, love, protection, and guidance. Please guide and assist me today with correctly interpreting the energies from the cards that are pulled, directed by you. Thank you, Archangel Michael. So, what's the story today, Archangel Michael? What is it the collective most needs to know today? What is the story that the collective most needs to know today? Here's the first one. We got the Two of Cups. All right, that's the past. That's the past energy. Interesting. Okay. Now, Two of Cups, as you know, is like it could be a past life soulmate that you've acknowledged, or that they've acknowledged about you. Okay? It's somebody that you're in love with, they're in love with you. That's the past. You met, you came together, one of you, at least one of you, acknowledged, like recognized the other as being a past life soulmate. Maybe both of you, but at least one of you did in the past. Okay, and so what's the present day energy? Six of Swords. All right, well, Six of Swords, that's moving from the rough waters, emotional waters, to the calmer waters, moving forward. It's like moving and progressing. And whether you're moving and progressing away from what you see as a past life soulmate connection, okay, love that you had for somebody or have, moving away from that, or the two of you are moving towards each other. Okay, yeah, like going from possibly not have been together or have been together and it's been rough, either through separation or just rough being together, and you're moving into calmer waters. You are in calmer waters, I should say. Correct myself, pardon me. You're in calmer waters right now. And you've been moving away from the rough waters, of rough emotional feelings and presence that you've been dealing with respect to this particular relationship. So what's your energy in this story? The Sun. Wow. You're happy, you're feeling enlightened, you are feeling positive and feeling successful to some whatever level that is for you. You are, things are just progressing, like for you, possibly. Okay, so two scenarios, let's say at least. You had this love for someone, you possibly still do, okay? Have this love for someone that you're not with, this first scenario, okay, that you're not with, and you're moving away from that. Perhaps you had high hopes on being reconnected with that individual and having a life with them, and you're kind of moving away from that because it hasn't been coming forth. I mean, a lot of the tarot card readings are about past loves that you haven't heard from, right? You haven't heard from, they're not in communication with you. It was a situation in the past where they did what they did and kind of put you two on different trajectories in your life for at least a while. And you've been hoping possibly for them to wake up, smell the coffee, and reconcile with you, reach out, talk to you. And you may have been like waiting and possibly a long time waiting. Maybe a short period of time, but it could be a long time, and you just finally, it's like yesterday, you just kind of had enough. You've waited long enough. It's like, you're looking at your clock, right, your watch, and saying, okay, well, how many more minutes, hours, weeks, months, years am I going to put myself through this waiting for somebody that may never even, they may not even have an inkling to come towards you. You don't know, because you don't know. You haven't been talking to them. They haven't been talking to you. You don't know. You just been hoping. Okay, so that's one scenario. So you're feeling good about the fact that you've made a decision to move on, to go from that rough emotional uncertainty and just frustration and annoyance, waiting for somebody that just is not reaching out to you, right? So you're feeling much better that you made a decision to switch tracks, to go a different track. You're going to maybe be going, kind of parallel to what you were going in before, but this time it's in a different mindset, that you're doing this for you now. So you'll be traveling parallel to the life that you have been, but because as you become stronger and stronger in conviction that all is well, maybe you've been enlightened by the fact that this, divinely enlightened, that intuitively you've come to realize it's time. Yeah, this has been a lost cause. It's time. You've spent enough time doing, waiting, whatever, and you'll be following that path. And more you're convicted at it, the more it's going to start. This path without them is going to start veering off from where you were, and leading you to new opportunities and new loves, new people, if that's what you're looking for, whatever it is you're looking for. Now, for the scenario where the two of you are together, in love with each other, and it's been a rough go lately, the two of you've kind of been at each other's throats, or just, not really on the same page, okay, with each other. And right now things, maybe there's been some admissions that I love you, I want this to work, that both of you are saying, yes, I don't want to be with anyone else, I love you, I want this to work, I want our family, I want this, I want that with you, and everything else. And with that admissions and promises, possibly, the two of you are moving from the rough, unsettled emotional state that your relationship was in, into more of a solid foundation, where you can feel more emotionally certain that this is true for you, this is right for you, and you're feeling good about it. Okay, you're feeling good about it. So what's their energy? The King of Pentacles, King of Coins. Yeah, this one is connected to you. Let's talk about scenario 2. This one is committed to you. Okay, they love you dearly. They love you dearly, even though you've been having arguments and disagreements and just not being on the same page with each other lately. Possibly something happened and kind of you both had a different perspective about something, or a different opinion, and you just weren't in agreement, and so things kind of spiraled down from there, because neither one of you are giving in and saying, what does it really matter that I think this and you think that? It's the love that we have for each other and that we want to be with each other is what matters. This one's committed, and they are evolving in the sense that they are learning to put their money where their mouth is, basically put their commitment into the relationship, so that they can be that committed husband or wife, because again, these are not gender cards, they're energy cards. So yeah, this King of Pentacles is the type of person who is devout to their marriage, or to their person, their spouse, whether they're married or not, but devout to it. And of course they're committed to working, like they're hard-working individuals, and they're committed to doing whatever it takes. They've gone past the 8 of Pentacles, which is working hard, making an effort, to the 9 of Pentacles, which is all about being quite successful and abundant, And then the Ten of Pentacles is that commitment, that long-term commitment to someone or something, right? In this case, it's someone. And something is the relationship. You are the someone collective, and the something is relationship that they're committed to. And then past that, it's a Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Like, the Knight of Pentacles can be wholly trusted, right? And they're committed for the long haul. And they'll do things slowly just to make sure that they're not going to miss something, skip over something, or mess things up. King of Pentacles is like at the top, you know, of all the pentacles. So they're evolved. They've gone through the whole spread, right? From the Ace of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, and all the way up. They've grown and learned some life lessons. They've been able to master certain things, whether it's about finances or their mind. You know, they're starting to have these thoughts and beliefs that there's more to it than just the third dimensional material life of physical material life. That there's more to life. There's another side of us. And they're grasping that, okay? So what's the energy between the two of you? And I have a feeling that you've already grasped that with the Sun. And, you know, this belief that I'm sure you're probably the first one who recognized the past life connection between the two of you, right? And it would be the same night for the first scenario we talked about, where it's somebody that you've been waiting for, all right? There could be somebody who is already in your life or on your path, who is enlightened in this way, as I just spoke, okay? But if not, it's this person. They are evolving. They're just behind the scenes. You haven't heard from them. You've decided to move on. And oftentimes, when we let go, that's when they return, isn't it? It's like, if you love someone, you let them go. And if they return, then you know it's true love. And looks like this person is in King of Pentacles energy. Could mean that they are in that evolved energy, having learned a lot of lessons, know how to navigate the third dimensional world with an inkling of what the fifth dimension and sixth dimension higher have to offer a physical life, right? They're grasping these things. Slow, yes, albeit slow, because it's still got the Knight of Pentacles in this King of Pentacles, right? It's slow, but they are learning so much as a result. And perhaps they're just not ready they may be acknowledging that you're a past life, because they may be thinking about you a lot and wondering why they keep thinking about you. But if not, you've recognized it, you've acknowledged it. They may have, or they may have not. But if they haven't yet, it's because they're not there yet. They're not there. They're still in a commitment, possibly with somebody else. They'd like to possibly be committed to you, but they're in a commitment with someone else at this point in time. That's what I just got. Okay? So they're not ready to acknowledge a past life connection to you. Even though they might have this love for you, they're not ready for it. They're not there yet. What's the energy between the two of you? The Magician. They have everything they need. You know, the sword, the cup, the wand, and the pentacle. Mindset, possibly abundance, prosperity. They know that with the two of you, if you were to come together, that life would be like magic. It would be like magic. The two of you would be manifesting. And if they're not really gone that far with really acknowledging that if the two of you together, it would be an amazing life experience together as a couple, they know that they see you as being someone who can do this, okay? Someone who can be a master manifester, who is a master manifester. But what this is saying is that you can manifest this person. The divine is saying you can manifest a relationship with this person. It may not look the way you might be traditionally thinking about it, right? It might just be a relationship from afar, energetically wise, that you've manifested, that whenever they think about you, they think of you, you know, fondly, admire you. Maybe they see you as someone being courageous and creative and spirited, you know, like God loving, a God loving person. They may see you as that, yet you're enlightened, that you've ascended. You're somewheres in the clouds, like fifth dimension, sixth dimension. You're not just grounded to third dimensional world as a physical human being. You also have so much love for spirit, your soul, for the divine. You have love and faith and trust for the divine, and they see that in you, and they know that with that kind of faith and trust, they can honestly say that you can have anything you want. You don't need them. You really don't need them. But let's say you that's okay. You want them. You would want them. You're moving on, but you would want them if the opportunity was ever given, okay? The divine is saying that you can manifest them and they can manifest you into your lives. And the problem is, though, you got to have a lot of trust and faith and patience for divine timing. If trust and faith in the divine and faith, trust and faith in divine timing, that's what it requires. And if we don't have that kind of trust and faith in the divine timing of all things, then we must just, you know, carry on and live our lives, and you probably expect not to ever meet back up with this person. But you may also have the sense that you're going to eventually see them at some point further down the road in your future. But again, it may not be in, like, for the two of you to meet up, it may not be in a situation where it would look like a traditional type of coming together, reuniting. You might just be friends. You might be pen pals, you know, I say that loosely, pen pals, right? Where you stay in touch maybe once a year, send each other a Christmas card or an online card, right? Yeah, it's Christmas cards that you send to their email, right? Okay, so a virtual Christmas card. So let's see, I'm going to get some clarification on this manifestation, but I want to see the potential outcome first. We have the Page of Swords. Well, there you go. The two of you are somebody's going to reach out. Someone's going to be in touch. This is someone who's keeping an eye on someone from a distance, and that could be either one of you or both of you are doing the same. So you see, this person, if they're keeping an eye on you from a distance, it means they're checking out your social media, or they're talking to friends of yours, you know. That's if you have those kind of friends between the two of you. Maybe they live in the same city and they do a drive-by where you work or a drive-by where you live, just to kind of see what you're up to, if they can get a sneak peek of something. Or if they're not that close to where you're living, they may be talking to friends of yours or their friends who know your friends, something like that. If you're farther distance away from each other, then it'd be more like social media, or they might know your parents or your sibling and check in with them and say, hey, by the way, because they might be just messaging through Facebook Messenger to your sibling, and they might say, yeah, how you guys doing? It's been a long time. How's your mom and dad? How's your mom and dad? How's your uncle? Whoever you know, they know. Each of them knows. How's the work going for you? By the way, how's your sister or your brother doing? Which is you, collective. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't been in touch with your sister or brother. How are they doing? Yeah, so they get information that way too. But if not, it's social media. It's pretty much the only other way, right? So there is someone keeping an eye on you, all right? Definitely, or you're keeping an eye on them. Definitely. So what else? We have the Ten of Wands and the Seven of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune. But yeah, so this has been a heavy burden for both of you. I'm getting the sense that it's for both of you a heavy burden. That to communicate with each other, to reach out to each other right now wouldn't be the right time. It's not the divine timing time. There's other options. There's other options in both of your lives. Yours is to move forward, be feeling good about that, and manifesting whatever, life, that track that I was talking about, manifesting your conviction that you've waited long enough for this to appear, to manifest in your life, and it's not, and there's got to be a reason for it, right? So if you don't know what the reason is, then you've just got to keep on moving, keep on trucking, and eventually, as you become more and more convicted, because the longer the time goes by that you don't hear from them, you start veering off on this path that you put yourself on with moving to calmer waters, right? And so you'll be manifesting a new life for yourself, a better life than leaving your energy with somebody who you hope and pray maybe someday that they will see the light and come back. Let's just say. All right, but it's been a heavy burden doing that, but 10 is the end. You're putting that down, putting the burdens down, and you may just decide that you'll give them one last shout, or they might decide to give you a shout. Then burdens can be placed aside. You finally heard from each other. If they respond, they might not respond because they may still see you as an option right now, that they have options. And if their option is, like I said, committed to somebody else right now. Now, if this is the second scenario where you're married, then it's like the two of you, it's good that you fix things, that you're feeling that you're moving into a better place in your relationship now, because the two of you have talked and confessed to each other that you want this to work. And they're very committed to you, collective. And the two of you are going to manifest a beautiful life together moving forward, because you've shared each other's truth. Like, you've spoken your truth, told them how much you love you, you're renewing your love for each other, kind of thing. And then it's like the two of you are going to keep the lines of communication open between you, which, it's going to feel very burdensome at first, because it's a habit that you're not used to. Enforcing in your life. And so it's about you deciding and making sure that whatever new habit you're taking on with this communication, with your person, your spouse or your partner, whoever they are, that you make the decision. You make the decision that they are the one you are committing yourself to. That you're not entertaining you're not going to be entertaining any other options now, because this will keep your lines of communication open. You might have been thinking that you were going to entertain other options before, like back here in the past, before the two of you, and your person might have come forward and said, I love you, I want this to work, I don't want to be without you, I don't want to be with anyone else, blah blah blah. And that's like what you needed to hear. That moved you into calmer emotional waters with your person. You're feeling very enlightened and very good and positive now about this relationship, knowing how they really feel. And they're committed to you as well, manifesting and keeping the lines of communication open. Like, you're vowing to keep the lines of communication open, because communication is so important when it comes to relationships, right? This will reduce the burdens, it will end the burdens, and you will know that you have made the right decision. That your decision to stay in this relationship is what you would have it be now. You are putting aside all other options that you might have thought about back here when things weren't working out so well between the two of you. even though you recognize them, your person, to be someone that, you know, it would be too hard, it would be difficult for you to get over, because you have such a strong connection with them that comes from other lifetimes. So let's find out what the mystical shaman has to say. All right. Get some more. Oh yeah, I was going to, sorry, pardon me guys. I got the worst memory sometimes, I'll tell you. Let's get some clarification for the magician. Archangel Michael, pardon me for, you know, stopping that in midstream. Let's go ahead and let's find out. Can you please clarify for me, for the collective, what the magician means here between the two, the collective and their person? Either scenario. The first one where the person's returned, second one where the people, you know, the couple is together, but they've been having a hard go of it lately, but they're sitting in calmer waters now and feeling committed and feeling good about it. Or is it the one where the collective's waiting for the past to return, renewed and reconciled, but they're still, they haven't heard from them, and they're still, the idea here is that their person is already committed elsewhere. Okay. This one wants to come out. Oh, two of them. Look at that. Oh, three of them. Soulmates, engagement ring, and the document. Wow. Okay, guys. Soulmates right there. Okay. Engagement ring and the document. And we can talk about this too. Text or email, agreement, letter, separation, divorce, contract, news, legal papers, or proceedings. Wow. Okay. The magician is clarified by soulmates, soul connection, a partnership, agreement, and soul contract. Somebody already in this combination here already knows this soulmate, this past life soulmate, right? And engagement is partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, and union. So what I'm getting from this, let's read this one. The document, text or email, agreement, letter, separation, divorce, contract, news, legal papers or proceedings. Now for the, it's pretty obvious for the second scenario where the two are together and they've just been having a hard go of it for whatever the reason was from the past, but somebody recognized the other to be their soulmate. And you're sitting in better energy now, and definitely with the relationship is in better energy, and you're in this really good sun energy. They're in like, I'm committed to you in this marriage or this partnership, and we're manifesting better things. And possibly it could be that this one here means that they want to commit a contract to you, put it in writing, and they put this ring on your finger. Perhaps you're not married, in that you were just in a relationship with the individual, your person, and things were askew back then, that you weren't really sure if the marriage, or meant that the relationship would progress, like to move to level up to the next status kind of thing of committing to each other, right? But they're telling you they're committed, and they would like to put this ring on your finger, and they would like to make a contract with you and draw up legal papers saying that the two of you are legally bound to each other through marriage. Okay, that's a no-brainer. All right. For the other scenario, clarification for the magician is that you are soulmates, and this is why you're so strongly convicted and convinced that the two of you should be together, and that's why you waited so long. Waited so long. But they are engaged. in another commitment, another union. However, it could be that this clarifies they're manifesting a separation or a divorce, to break the contract, and they're, you know, going through to a lawyer to draw up the divorce papers, legal papers, and the proceedings for it. And they also may be telling you, texting or emailing you with this Page of Swords, that at some point, now who knows when, right? Divine timing. But they could possibly want to be committed to you, with the King of Pentacles saying they want to be committed to you, but they have to go through a divorce first. Let's get some more clarification for the first scenario about the past returning and they're already committed to somebody else. What can you tell us, Archangel Michael? Tell the collective for the first scenario we spoke of. They are soulmates, definitely soul. They're engaged in another commitment right now. They may want to be engaged to you, but they are definitely engaged in another commitment. They may be telling you, though, that even though they've been with this one, acknowledging the fact that you are soulmates, possibly, camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, making memories. Yeah, they want to make memories with you. They're reminiscing. They're thinking about the past with you, and possibly even fantasizing about what it might be like to be with you instead of being with the one they're with. But they need to divorce. They need to separate from someone, the one that they're committed to. They want to commit to you, yes. They want to manifest a commitment to you. However, what I'm getting is that they're already committed to someone, that they're engaged in a commitment with someone else. Although they'd like to be with you, there is the problem of, having that contract in place where they need to break the contract and get the separation and divorce because they want to have new memories made with you. Possibly looking at old photos of you or you and them together. That reminiscing too as well. So that's the clarification for the Magician. They want to manifest a new beginning with you. Strange as it could be, they're not talking to you. They're not talking to you, but they may, with this, if you have faith and you truly want to manifest a relationship, reconciliation with this individual, you have to remain in the calmer waters of energy, even knowing the secret that you might have, that they are your past life soulmate, okay, and how you feel about them. You are just going to have to remain in calmer waters so that if you feel like you can wait or want to wait for this individual to return, then you've got to believe that it's possible, and that's you manifesting. The Magician, believing, right? Believing and have trust and faith that it is meant to be, that it is so. Because you're soulmates, but doesn't necessarily mean just because you're soulmates, the two of you to keep you together, but you're in enlightened, ascended status of fifth dimension and higher, that you are a master manifester already, and as a King of Pentacles, they are too. They're master manifestors. You both are. So if you really do want to be together, if you really do, both of you, you both have to, right? It can be so. So let's find out what the Mystical Shaman Oracle has to say about this situation. Wild woman, okay? 62, wild woman. And the circle, haha. Right, let's find out. Here we got wild woman 62. All right, wild woman, the essence of this card is, can you see this card? Probably not. That's because I can't seem to get my camera to include the bottom of my table Yeah, like I used to be able to. I don't know. But in any case, here we go. All right, so the essence of Wild Woman is, when the Wild Woman dances into your reading, she reminds you of the essence of authenticity and freedom. Divested of all social constraints and cultural conformity, the Wild Woman holds up a mirror to your essential self, which is your inner self, the true essence of who you are and who you're meant to become. She is a reminder of the bright light within each of us that gets dimmed by the restrictions imposed upon us by the expectations of society. Never mind your own expectations, okay? When we expect, that's when we really start putting a cap on ourselves. She reminds us that in order to be fully present to life, we must uncover that light and let it shine. Look at that. You are letting it shine, regardless of the perceived consequences. You know what you want, but you know that it might be fruitless for you to keep up an idea, a belief, a fantasy of something that may not be coming to fruition for some time. When the Wild Woman comes to dance in your reading, you're invited to shine brightly and to know that your true self is being called out to engage the world. This is a symbol that your long-held dream is beginning to take root and wants to be expressed. It's beginning. All right? Your authentic self doesn't fit in a box. It needs the freedom to shine. So you've got to unrestrict yourself, which is moving in, putting your emotions in calmer, like more controlled mind and heart being balanced. That's the third dimension, and the fifth dimension, higher being in balance with each other. Like the human being in balance with the being, the human being in balance, okay? Let's see, where was I now? The invitation. This is a symbol that your long-held dream is beginning to take root and wants to be expressed. Your authentic self doesn't fit in a box. It needs the freedom to shine. It's time to have courage and step into the light. The Wild Woman says, shine brightly, dance with abandon. Be yourself and let the Great Spirit decide. That's what happens. Okay, that's divine timing. Let the Great Spirit decide what happens. You'll be happy you did. So we know that it's about divine timing, and the two of you are just not in sync with each other enough right now with where they're at and who they're committed to, and where you're at, who you're committed to. If you're committed to anybody, you might just be committed to yourself, which is lovely and fine. But they're not in a place to be able to express themselves to you just yet. They may be, if this is what they're wanting to do. Okay? All right, and so let's talk about the circle. The circle, the essence is unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what this card implies. The circle reminds us we are all one, dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of the cycles of life and the evolving self, right? Evolving, both of you are. Ever-changing and always connected. Human, spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically connected. The invitation is, when the cycle appears, it reminds you that you are connected to everything and everyone, including to spirit. Spirit's essence beats in your heart and inspires you to co-create your world, manifesting with the divine, right? Knowing that you count, that you have purpose in the world. Imagine even a smile to a stranger can change the course of life. When the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can. Stay the course, keep dancing, and all will be well. Okay, so what I got from that while I was reading that, I had hits of thoughts that you have you know how I talked about the two paths, right? And as you stay in the calmer water status of your emotions, it'll more and more convicted that you've got to move on from putting so much time and energy on waiting for somebody or thinking and hoping that somebody would return. This guy here, girl or guy, your path, it goes along parallel for a while, and then you start veering off like this because you have a higher purpose. You've got something you need to do. There's something you've got to do first, and it's going to be different for everyone, but there's something you've got to do first And it's not so much about you not being in alignment with your manifesting self, because you are already. So if you are, then why can't you manifest your true desire, which is this? Well, the person, they're like I said, they're not ready yet. They're still committed. They need to break that commitment legally so that they can be legally unbound from them and available to you. Who knows when that's going to happen? It's all about that divine timing and being accepting of that. But this is saying that there's something you need to do, irregardless of the fact that you're ready to be in a relationship with somebody who can return that kind of vibration back to you, so that the two of you can be master manifestors of life together. They're not ready for that yet. But you are going to be doing something that you need to do first. That's what I'm getting from that, guys. You need to do something first. There's something that you've got to do in the sense of serving, in service of something. It says, when the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. Stay the course and keep dancing, and all will be well. So you need to just focus on you doing you and serving or doing your work from this kind of vibration of being enlightened and wholly in touch with the divine, trusting and having faith in the divine and divine timing. You put that into your energy, coalesce that into something that you're doing that's important to you to either be or do. And that's what's got to be done first. And that gives this guy time or this girl time to do what they need to do if they are going to show up on your path. That's about the best I can come up with right now. I hope that was helpful for you guys. And until next time, take care of yourself. Bye.